Hello. Why is it raining? It's May, it should be sunny and bright. And it is not. It's not cooperating. But it's May, it's TBR time, I guess. I'm saying like I've ever done this before. It's just May TBR time, you know? I'm here every month. I'm not, this is my first time. But here is what I'm going to be reading in May, I guess. This stack is massive. I actually can't hold it up in one go, so I'm going to do... I'll show you like 2 separate stacks. This is the first one. And then... Oh god, I feel like I'm going to drop it. This is the second stack. Very ambitious, you might think, but I definitely think I can manage it, especially because in April I read 26 books and all I want to do is read, so I think I can manage this many. In fact, I feel like I might need more books than this, but I just thought I'd go through them quickly. I actually have read a couple of these already because it's the 6th of May and I've been reading, but I'm not gonna like go in depth with them. But I'll start with the first stack. I have 2 Tara DeWitt books. I read one of her books, Funny Story. No, it's not called Funny Story, that's the Emily Henry one. Funny Feelings, which I read years ago and it was really popular on TikTok. Maybe it was last year, I don't know, I've got no concept of time. And enjoyed them. These are quite thin. I have read this one already, but I won't say much more than the synopsis. It's basically about these 2 people, Lauren and Deacon, who had like a summer fling when they were 18, haven't seen each other since. Both of their grandmas leave them, well actually he lives there, but her gran leaves her part of a building that he already lives in, and she ends up moving in and they renovate the building, but to get her inheritance to renovate it she has to be married, so they get married. So marriage of convenience, renovation, little book. This one I have started, it's what I'm reading currently, and this one is Rootbound by Tara DeWitt, and in this one she's a photographer and she gets sent to take pictures of this farm. Turns out to be her dad's farm and she hasn't spoken to her dad in like 20 years. She's been divorced for a couple of years, has a lot of issues with this side of the family, and then Henry lives on the range and is very protective of this family, and they live in like cabins next to each other. Then more books that I've already read but won't go into yet is I've got them in the wrong order. The Foxhole Court, no, what is the name of the series? All for the Game. The All for the Game series, and then there's a 4th one that I have got coming, which is not technically part of this series, but it's like about a character you meet in these books. This is about a made-up sport, which I think is meant to be similar to lacrosse, but I know nothing about lacrosse because it's not really a popular sport here. But it's like, I'm pretty sure lacrosse with like the aggression of ice hockey. But it's like, fun sports books. There's the mafia, and they're all very traumatized and quite gay. That's the synopsis of that series. Then I've got this in the wrong order. I read Held Castle years ago. It's my favourite film, the Ghibli one. And then when I realised it was based on a book, I read this when I was 17 and I hadn't read in ages at that point. Like I used to read lots in primary school and like when I was a child, and I hadn't read at all really in high school. And I read this in a day and I was like, reading's kind of fun actually. And I want to reread it, and also I've owned these for ages but not read them, and it is the 2 sequels, Castle in the Air and House of Many Ways. I've heard the second book's not great, but the 3rd book is, but it's really short and like big words because they're like children's books. But yeah, I would like to read this series. I got this in the works, it's still got a price sticker on it. As you can see, it was £5. I love the works. The books there are so cheap. The works, literally you can get books for like £2. You can get box sets of books, like whole series for like £15 or less. But yeah, this is Love at First Night by Megan Clausen, and I hadn't heard of this book before I went in, but it's like a work special edition, like it's got sprayed edges. Oh, also I got a bookmark. It came with a free special edition works bookmark. It says in the back, "She's no damsel in distress. He's certainly not wearing shining armour, but maybe, just maybe, love can bloom even on a battlefield." Says, Daisy Hastings has always thought she was born in the wrong era, so when she bags a summer job at the Tower of London helping to run their night school, it feels like a step in the right direction. Theodore, Teddy, Fairfax, is a loose cannon, a disgraced distant relative of the royal family. He's tall, dark, and now begrudgingly helping with the Tower of London summer programme, and there's nowhere he'd like to be less. So, just a fun rom-com, and I looked at the ratings when I was in the works because sometimes I'm scared to just buy a book, and it had good ratings. Then, also from the works, but I tell by the sticker because it's also £5, is The Wake Up Call by Bethel Leary. I've read quite a few of her books. Why am I taking these stickers off so badly? I've read The Flatmate, which I loved. Me and my friend Isa binged the TV show in one night by accident, which we're making into a habit because we did the exact same thing with Heartbreak High season 2 and stayed up till 5:30 in the morning. I've also read The Switch by Bethel Leary and The Road Trip, and I thought I'd try another one. I didn't even realise this was a book that was out. It says, welcome to the Forest Manor Hotel, where the staff and guests are one happy family, except for Izzy and Lucas, bitter rivals banned from working the same shift from everyone else. Little workplace rivals, I guess. Then I have Battle Royale by Kushin Takami, remastered. I don't know if that means it's rewritten or something, but this is basically, I'm pretty sure, kind of the source material for the Hunger Games. It's a big chunky book, but it's basically, yeah, a class of junior high school students is taken to a deserted island where, as part of a ruthless authoritarian program, they are provided arms and forced to kill one another until only one survivor is left standing. Yeah, big chunky book, but again, very highly rated. I got it off of Vinted for very cheap, so it's a little bit like creased and stuff, but who cares. A bit different from the other books, but I've been branching out a little bit recently and been enjoying that. Then I have The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas. I've been aware of this book for ages and then just like never bought it, but saw it for really cheap on Vinted. And I'm pretty sure there's a second book that recently came out. It says, welcome to the Sunbearer Trials, a competition between 10 of the very best semi-dioses where the winner will be celebrated and the loser will be sacrificed. It says, Teo, the 17-year-old trans son of the goddess of birds, isn't worried. As a jade, it's unlikely he'll be chosen to compete in the trials. And even if his best friend Nia competes, she's a born and bred gold semi-dios with unparalleled abilities. But for the first time in over a century, Sol chooses not one but two jade competitors, Teo and Zio, the 13-year-old child of the god of bad luck. With the odds stacked against them, Teo is determined to get himself and his friend through the trials unscathed for fame, glory and their own survival. Sounds fun. Then I have, actually this kind of hurts my brain. Oh my god, there's books falling everywhere. Stop. No! Oh my god. I'll clear that up after. Yeah, this hurts my brain because I own one of these books in paperback and one in hardback, but I have actually bought the hardback for one of them in Vinted, so I'll have a matching collection and I'll get rid of the other one. The Stolen Heir and the Prisoner's Throne duology. I read the Cruel Prince trilogy last year, 2 years ago, and loved it, and I reread it like all the time. It's one of my favourite like trilogies. I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with Jude, I'm obsessed with Cardan, and I've heard good things but not as good things about the duology. But honestly, will I just read these for Jude and Cardan crumbs? Yes. Like, the story will be good, but also I know for a fact that we get good Jude and Cardan content in this book, so I will be reading them for that. I didn't mean to buy these in like separate like formats, but I bought them off of the Works website and didn't realise until they got here. But yeah, I bought the hardback for this book off of Vinted, and I'll probably, I don't know, give this to a friend or put in a small little library or something. But yeah, they're about Oak and Surin, I'm pretty sure is her name. But yeah, spin-offs of the Cruel Prince series and Jude and Cardan content. Enough said. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I got this off of Vinted. I've heard very good things about this book. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like fantasy academic rivals to lovers, I think. When two rival journalists find love through a magical connection, their fate depends on their facing the depths of hell together. But yeah, I've heard good things. The second book came out recently. And then another Vinted purchase, because there's a theme here. I got The Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. I've never actually read an Olivia Blake book. I've read that one rom-com she released under like a different pen name. It's like My Mechanical Romance, I'm pretty sure it's called. And like, I think I enjoyed it, but I honestly don't remember a single thing about it. But I have heard very good things about Olivia Blake. Also that this edition is beautiful. I didn't realise when I bought it off of Vinted because it was pretty cheap. But if you look under the dust jacket, I don't know if it's just the general hardback edition or if I've got a special edition or something. But look at the art pages. Like, this is a pretty book. I love a good illustration. So yeah, I forgot what this is even about. A ghost-infested mansion, a small group of supernatural beings, and an unlikely quest. But yeah, I think it'd be good to read an Ollie Blake book as well, because if I enjoy it, then she has a lot of other books that I can get into. So that is TBR for this month, I guess. I know it's quite long, but I've already like read a few of them, and it's the 6th of May and I think I've read 5 books already this month. Is that right? I don't know, but I think I can get through all of these books. So we'll see how I do, because I'll try and do a May reading wrap up, so you probably see all of these books, maybe minus a couple, maybe add a couple. I have a bunch of books downloaded on my Kindle, but I'm trying to get through my physical books this month, so yeah, we'll see how I do. But thanks for watching. If you have any recommendations from me or got any recommendations from this video, let me know, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye!